Hello YouTube, back again, finally after time away on holiday, very nice time away in Mexico, and now back to even hotter weather here. Just have a little look outside, just go on the platform a little bit, that's how nice it is, blue sky. I think it's hotter than Mexico was, not quite as humid, and the workshop is quite warm. So what's going on at the moment? Little project here that is part narrow gauge, part mainline. I've installed some narrow gauge points and it's been delivered back on Wednesday. I'll do a little video update to show what's going on with it there. On top of here as well, the O gauge that I was talking about, my O gauge, finally, my own project. This is that blank board. I've now gone and got all the track I need. I'll clear off some of these boxes. As you can see, lack of space in here, or should I say untidy. There we go, there's the footer yard. This is all going to be hidden in like a little box, and this is the first board of 3. I think you can see the approach there. How it's going to work, now it's a little bit more easy to see. Where that glue pot is, this is going to have a bridge, a main bridge coming all the way over here, so that'll be the entrance to the footer yard and rest of the world. There's the engine shed starting to get in place. I've also painted the surface dark around the engine shed because it's all going to be soot-like, and then it goes greener over here. There's a siding at the back. You can see it will join on or join together over there on the next board, but this siding at the back here, there's a microbrewery to go there, a dairy to go here, and I've got some buildings to go along the front here, which I'll show you in a minute, from a company called L-Cut, laser cut. They are fantastic little kits to build. I've only built 2 so far. One's the coal hut and one's the coal dock. All the points on here are now motorised, and I've got live frogs, so I had a bit of a run up and down with it, and I've been reusing the existing wire, and you can see there in yellow and black. So the first building that I've built for this is this little dock here, little coal dock. All thick card, been laser cut, like I said, giving it a bit of an airbrushing. It's going to be my coal dock, and it'll actually end up somewhere along here. Not entirely sure where yet, but that'll end up along there at some point. Oh, and also there'll be some coal on it. So if I move around now, I've started finally to convert these into these. The Class 153 in GWR. Now this one's actually a customer order, the first order I had, so I've got this one done. It's been lightly weathered, and it's got interior lighting, passengers, and also it does have sound as well. Working end lights, and I've managed to get the green a much better colour than my original prototype. So now I've got another 5 of these to build. All good sounds and everything. Sounds pretty good moving. It's got a little stay alive capacitor in there as well, so it helps it going over any slightly dodgy bits of track. And this will be delivered on Wednesday. I still have, I think, 1 available of the 6 that I'm doing. So if you're interested in that, drop me a message or have a look on the website. Let me turn that off, otherwise I won't be able to hear a single thing. There we go. Managed to dredge out my 800 as well, give it a little bit of detailing on the roof, just a bit of a spray, and I still haven't put sound in it yet. I have actually got the sound chip out, it's migrating closer and closer to it, and at some point I will put the sound in it. This has also had all the couplings fixed on it as well. If you remember, I did a video a while back showing how you can fix the couplings on these so that they'll get round curves and, more importantly, up and down slopes, because Hornby sort of made a bit of a mess up with that, and and it didn't work very well. So what's required when I convert these 153s? Well, if you're interested in doing one yourself, these are the colour paints I found that match it as close as I can from Revel. The one on the right is the one I used with a tiny bit of black paint, and it seems to come out alright. Then there's the silver for the doors, a little bit of a wash to give it that nice colour that it has, and then I've used transfers, probably just about to see them there, GWR transfers along with the silver lining. I've got quite a few of those to do as well, so yeah, if you're interested in doing one yourself, or like I say, I've got tons of these 153s and all sorts of random liveries which I will be converting into that. What else is going on? Well, with a show coming up this weekend in Penarth, it's the Barry and Penarth Model Railway Club's 40th anniversary show. I've got a tray full of vehicles which I'm going to be putting flashing lights in. So you can see that there's ambulances, fire trucks. I managed to find some interesting ones as well, which I thought would be quite good to do. How about this one? Fire service. Going to have flashing lights on that. Got a lot more police cruisers to do. I've even got some N-gauge vehicles which I'll be putting lights in. Just head and tail lights in those ones. So that should be interesting. I'll do that on a quiet day if I ever get one. To go with the O-gauge, because I do intend on exhibiting that at some point. Well, not as it is currently, but in the future. I've been collecting buildings, a few wagon kits as well. I've been building those. They're inside at the minute. But if you hadn't seen the plan for this O-gauge, basically this is the entrance to a sleepy branch line, and I've had quite a few suggestions for the name for it. It's going to be on a dock front, and as I live in the village of Charleston in South Wales, I've decided to call it Charleston Quay. Now, while there never was a station with this much on it in Charleston, I thought, well, it's my railway, what if it reached the sea and there was a dock there instead of the power station? So the idea is, there's your approach line coming in there, head shunt here, small yard for the loco, private owner sidings, and then when it goes onto the next board it will go onto a single platform on the left hand line on this one. There'll also be a little bay platform coming off it with a cattle dock, and another siding on the right hand side is going to be the dock front with some working cranes and all that sort of good thing. So with this at the minute, I'm just having to order some more point motors because I've run out yet again, and then I'll crack on with the scenery on the front here. I'm going to be using chicken wire on the top with good old mud rock to make a foundation. Also got to put some signals in. There's going to be a signal sitting there, I think, yeah, just about there, to allow approach into one of the two lines. And I've got to build station building, signal box, and a load of other things to actually put on there. That will eventually come along. So yeah, that's about it for the O-gauge. So back to the Barry and Penarth show. Don't forget to come and see us there. We're going to have our demonstration O-gauge, which is actually that big bit of wood you can see up there. That's actually the back of the layout, just behind the plane. And there's the other board. We're going to have a little demonstration O-gauge layout there. We'll have the entire fleet as it stands, which is pretty much what you can see there. There's a couple more wagons to go with it, but those will be on there, pootling up and down. This one, don't forget, has not only sound but also smoke as well. This one's got sound, haven't put smoke in yet, haven't been brave enough to chop the chimney up, but I will do. And the little dock shunter, it needs a little bit of TLC, but that will also be operating up and down there as well. I think that's pretty much it. It's getting quite hot in here, so I will be going inside soon, hopefully, and finding a nice big fan to sit down in front of, get myself out of the sun. because this willow tree outside does provide a lovely amount of shop, and even with the little cooler thing on the floor, windows open, it does heat up an awful lot. So I don't think I've missed anything. I might have missed one thing. This little delightful thing. I have some sound chips on the way, and it says in that they, I think it was this one. It said they don't recommend putting sound in it. Well, that's sort of like a nice little challenge thrown up to me. So I'm going to be putting sound into this and having that operating as well. And when I go and take this narrow gauge one back, this part of the board, I've got a little challenge apparently, sound challenge. I'm not sure what it is yet, so I'm looking forward to that, because the last time someone said, I've got a little challenge for you, it turned out to be a Wickham's trolley. And not only did they want the Wickham's trolley with sound in and people in, they also wanted it with a working head and tail light in, which I managed to do. If you look back through the videos, I think there's one of it operating. Yeah, so that was interesting. Although after that, I think I needed quite a bit of a lie down, as that was quite terrifying and small. But yeah, so that one will have sound in it eventually. And you may have spotted a load of TT stock sitting here. I was having one of those wacky moments and thought, wouldn't it be an idea to make a small TT layout? Now, considering all the projects I do currently have on the go, that was just one of those flights of fancy, and so far I've got one loco, a load of carriages and some wagons. I dare say I'll end up getting more, and at some point something will emerge. Oh, my little helper's come in. Lucky, she keeps on coming backwards and forwards. Yeah, there we go. Say hello. Very good cat. Just comes in, sits down, and doesn't jump on anything, which is quite unusual. The other two like to try and jump on the workbenches, or they like to jump up there on the layouts. But no, she'll just spread herself out. So there we go. That's about it for now. I'll have an update again later in the week. If not, it'll be after the show. I'm going to hopefully take some videos at the show and some pictures as well and put it into a proper video.